Once upon a time, there were these two priests, a senior priest and his student, a lesser priest, and they were both strolling through the open village. When they got to this water, they can't resist the urge to take note that there was this old lady that was attempting to cross to the other side of the water. The older lady approaches the two priests, saying, "If it is not too much trouble, please assist me with getting to the other side. I need to make it to the opposite side so I can see my family." The two priests halted and gazed at one another. They didn't have the slightest idea what to do, since they had given pledges as priests not to contact a lady at that point. Decisively, the senior priest gets the old lady and conveys her across the waterway. When they got to the opposite side, the senior priest pulls the lady down and she says thanks to him and goes on her way. The two priests kept strolling through the open country, yet the lesser priest was seriously angry. He can't accept the fact that the senior priest contacted that lady. They kept strolling down the way. An hour cruises by, 2 hours cruise by, at last 3 hours cruise by. The lesser priest cannot tolerate it any longer. He goes to the senior priest and said, "How is it possible that you would contact that lady? You realize that as priest, it is prohibited to touch any woman." The senior priest stops, also gazes at his disciple and said, "My friend, I conveyed that lady across the stream for just 1 minute. However, you have been conveying unto her for every one of these hours. For what reason are you actually angry at her?" What a beautiful story about clutching things and not giving up. Many of us clutch things that endured for 1 minute in a real sense for quite a long time, or sometimes months, or even years cruise us by before we truly let go. Some of the time it is how someone deals with us or what someone said to us. However, the insane part is that by clutching this outrage, it doesn't hurt the other individual. The only individual it harms is ourselves. One of my number one statement is from God of the Iron, which states, "Clutching outrage resembles getting a handle on a hot coal with the expectation of tossing it at another person. You are the one in particular who gets burned." We can decide to clutch these things also to deplete our energy, or we can decide to open our higher energy by consciously giving up. By us giving up, that doesn't imply that we are off base and the other individual is privileged. It implies that we let love prevail upon this day. It implies that we are letting ourselves zero in on something more gainful and more certain that gives us more satisfaction. Remember, our lives are not comprised of every one of the years that we lived. They are comprised of the occasions when you think back on your own life. You don't consider consistently increase that occurred. You consider certain minutes or certain encounters that you felt or recalled. This day forward, we should relinquish everything that is not filling our more significant need than allowing it to devour us very much, like that lesser priest who was clutching that lady for every one of those hours. The last time we experience something that takes our satisfaction, we should not neglect the priest and water story. We should not let an awful second transform into an awful life. If you like this video, please share to your contacts and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.